Hey, EDUT 501. I hope everybody had an amazing week off. I hope you guys actually used the time to take some time for yourselves. I know this was the first break I've had in a couple years where I actually didn't do any work for my school and did just a little bit of work for Concordia, but really tried to take most of the break off, which is unusual for us. I did get, you can see in the background there, right over my shoulder there, we got our tree up and got our house decorated. And I'm sure a lot of you have done that as well. But when to get back into it, this is week 6. We have 3 weeks left, and you're done with your first class. And actually, all 4 of you are done with your first and your second class because you're double dipping. And so I wanted to get into week 6 and go through some stuff. Just want to let you know, really, as far as assignments go, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here. You really have one assignment for the rest of this course, and it's the collaborative presentation on the LAUSD iPad reset, and that's due in week 8. There's some other stuff to go along with that, but just wanted to point that out to you guys that really that's the next couple weeks. That's what you're really focusing on. As far as discussion questions this week, I put 2. We only have 1. So I will change that after the video. There's 1 discussion question this week, 2 next week. And as you can see, my 8 right there, there's not 8. I don't know what I was thinking, just getting back into it. There's only 1, and that is posting your LAUSD assignments. So I'll make those updates here in a few minutes. But let's begin by a quote, begin each day as if it were on purpose. And that's from the movie Hitch, Alex Hitchens, which is a Will Smith character who's, it's kind of a fun movie. But I do like the quote. Sometimes we forget that every single day we need to walk and we need to act as if we have purpose for that day specifically. So we're getting back into identifying and describing what makes 21st century education, and then how technology integration can impact the Common Core implementation. And so there's quite a bit, but none of it's too long. So you have chapter 6 in the Ken Robinson book. You have a couple pages, 2 here and 2 or 3 there on using Google Hangouts and Google Plus and YouTube to create song parodies. YouTube just re-released their YouTube Studio or Creator Studio. It's in beta right now, but you have it even with your Concordia accounts. And if your school uses G Suite, you have the YouTube Studio Creator. And if you have any questions about that, I've used it. It gives you a basic timeline editor, and you can import media and put some titles and things of that nature. So that went away a couple years ago, and it's back now. So for those of you that are in Chromebooks, it's one way that you can get a easy timeline editor if you want to do some video editing. And then another couple pages on QR codes. QR codes got really hot there for a while, and they've come back around. And they're really powerful. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with QR codes, especially with all the new phones. You just pull out your camera. You don't even need a separate app. And then you have this video by Etienne Wenger. I believe that's how you pronounce it, called Communities of Practice. And when I pop over into week 6, I'll show you what that is. Your discussion board question, which will pop over to that actual page to go through that. Remember, though, with discussion questions, post by Thursday and respond by Sunday. There's some issues with some people not responding to their peers. You need 3 posts minimum. A lot of you, though, are 4, 5, 6, 7 posts, so that's great. Your assignments for this week, your discussion question and your checkpoint assignment. And so it's the LAUSD, and here are the instructions. So if I click on that, it's going to take us to that, which I already have open right there. So I'm going to go back because I'll go into that in a minute. And then once again, looking ahead, you have your 1 collaborative presentation in your discussion questions. Once again, week 6, there's only 1. Week 7, there's 2. Week 8, you do not have 8. There's just 1. So let's pop through. You can see some of the topics we're going over: stewardship, technology, being a technology steward, your learning outcomes. So this is the video I was talking about, Wegener's video, Communities of Practice. If you hit play here, it's going to play in this small window. You could actually go full screen, but it's not a very exciting video. He's literally looks like sitting in front of a closet door. So you could just watch it right here, right inside of Blackboard. And that is only about 15, 16 minutes. Your discussion question. In the weekly readings, Robinson offers the following 8 competencies for school to focus on. So we list out the 8. Which one resonates with you the most? Give an example from your school. So really out of all these, and you got the 4 C's in there, plus a few, 4 more C's of 21st century learning. Which one really sticks out to you? And then give some examples about that. You can see Shelly already posted because she is an overachiever. Good job, Shelly. That's your discussion question. Don't forget, once again, about the self-paced lessons. I'm just going to click on formative here and hit play.
Formative assessment is to collect detailed information.
So not the most riveting, but there are some good information. I know, we use formative and summative assessments, but sometimes people still get confused on what those are. So there's some good stuff there. And then you have a quick video. It's only, it's less than a minute with Mr. Bill Selleck there. With that is a phenomenal screenshot right there of his eye and nose. I paused it right at the time. And Matt Miller. This was at a Q-Bold conference in the Bay Area. And he just talks a little bit about, textbooks aren't necessarily evil, but just using our brains to kind of think a little bit differently, not always relying on anything. And it's funny, I'm just trying to see that person right there. That is Miss Corey Orlando, another superstar in the background of the video. And if you
instructional stuff.
Oh, she even waved. And that's Miss Tricia Sanchez over in this back corner over here, right there. So a lot of good superstars on the video. So that's a good, just real quick, right? So the rest of the time I'm going to try to go through this is a group project. It's the last project, and it's due week 8, 30 points, 10% of the course. So submission, each of you need to submit it to your Blackboard by copying the 2 links. There's a Google Doc and there's going to be slides. Make sure when you are submitting with them to change it to anyone with the link can view. I would actually prefer you to share comments, because I'll put comments right on your document for you. So make sure you share it to me if anyone can comment, and that would be great. And then you're also going to post it to the week 8 discussion prompt. Go ahead and each of you post it. I know it seems kind of silly. That way you guys can respond in each other, because you still need to respond to each other. And I know there's only 4 of you, so you guys are all working on the same project. I still need you to post your initial and have a discussion. And maybe some of that discussion is captured when you guys are meeting throughout the next couple weeks. And maybe if you can capture it on a Google Doc and then just paste it in, that way you already have it. Or if you want to have different discussions within that week 8 discussion prompt, that's totally fine. I'm not going to do this part because there's only 4 of you, so you guys are the group. This goes over the background. I'm not going to read it. Essentially, LA Unified put iPads out to every student, right? And it did not go well. They did the best they could, right? But it did not go well, and there was definitely some lessons learned. So a group of 4, each person needs at least 2 slides. You'll probably have more than that, but at least 2 slides. And essentially the assignment is you guys become a special committee to recommend restarting the iPad program. And so what is this going to look like, this presentation look like that you're giving to leadership to consider it? So general knowledge of the LAUSD iPad program issues. And you don't have to present everything, but show your ideas. 21st century vision, how to increase the chance of success for the restart, and connection to Common Core standards is really big. So there's a lot of resources in here for you. It goes through the process for you as well. So that's really important. And then obviously you're going to be doing these on Google Slides, and it tells you once again how to submit it to Blackboard. Here's your rubric for assignment 3. So here's the group definition of your digital habitat, connected to Common Core standards, general knowledge of the iPad program, vision for 21st century education, and then on the presentation, style and appearance, and peer responses in the discussion board. So these are all part of that. Assignment. And so I want to make sure that you read over that. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, because I want to make sure you understand everything. And so it says right here, click here to communicate your group's progress. That's actually not really detailed in here, which is okay. Let's go back through it just to double check. I've read it 4 times now and I can't find it. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. So I need each of you to send me an email, sort of like the email with the tables for the checkpoints. Every week there's been these checkpoints, and so what I'm asking is you send me an email individually with what your part is on the slides. So this week, really what I'm asking you to do is figure out your part on the slides. And so I don't need to know that you're doing 2 slides or 6 slides, but what part are you tackling within this? And so that is going to be what I ask for you to do for your checkpoint for me. So other than that, have a great week 6, getting back into the groove. I would highly encourage you not to leave this assignment, this collaborative assignment, to week 8. You guys need to be working on it over the next couple weeks. And once again, shoot me an email or a text, or you can give me a call or reach out on Vox or whatever you need if you have any information. But have a great week 6.